his not hidden talent is his ability to take guys at the line of scrimmage and put them on the ground like he did with Tyreek Hill in that wild card game that they played in Kansas City. But Sneed goes from the Chiefs to the Titans. It was clear before they even applied the franchise tag they were willing to trade him. At the end of the day, and it all comes down to how much free agency activity the Chiefs engage in this year, they really didn't get that much for him, but they clearly wanted to get something for him. They got something, but not a great amount.
Yeah.
And, people are saying, oh, he's the highest paid cornerback in the league. I want to see the full details on the deal. That's one that kind of fell through the cracks because it's been a story that kind of unfolded over a week and a half. And it's like, let's see. I know the cornerback market hasn't gone up maybe the way it should, but let's really see what that deal is for L'Jarius Sneed. He talked yesterday about becoming the highest paid corner in the league and also concerns about his knee or knees, the case may be. Here's what he had to say.
Oh man, yeah, ain't nothing wrong with my knee. I'm fine. I played the whole season, and the years before that I played as well. I had a couple of problems. I had banged up knee before, but I'm good right now. Nothing is really wrong with my knee.
So it's not a situation that you have to manage going forward?
No, I know what to do with my knee. I'm coming out here to play ball. I just feel like I deserve to be the highest paid off of my season that I had last year. And, that's why I want to shoot that number up there high, and I feel that I deserved it. But, things worked out for me and for my family and, for the organization of the Tennessee Titans.
That is one hell of a jacket.
Yeah, yes, it is.
I didn't appreciate it the last time around. That is a hell of it. That is something like, see, I wonder when you wear something that flashy and that unique, can you ever wear it twice? Like, is that the jacket that you wear all the time? It can't be just like I wear it once a week. It's in my rotation.
Right, special.
That has to be.
Right.
It might only be, I think, for the Can't Hide Money crowd.
Yeah.
I really do think, and this is stressful to me, the idea that I have clothes that I only have ever worn once because I can't wear it again because people don't expect me to wear the same thing twice, and it's so memorable. A lot of times, and I'm sure you've been through this, your wife will say, do you remember when I wore this? Did I wear this here? Did I wear this? Like, well, if you don't remember it, nobody else is going to remember it.
Right.
So go ahead and wear it again.
Yeah.
It's not like it's something that is so dramatically unique that people are going to be like, oh, yeah, she is wearing that thing again. She wore it last week. She's wearing it again. So anyway, I don't know that we're going to see L'Jarius Sneed wearing that thing at many Titans post-game press conferences.
No, I don't think it's a random once in a while, right? I go to a big, red carpet event maybe a year from now, and then he might bust it out again. But I don't know.
Get a new one.
He might. You're right.
Where do those clothes end up? Where do those clothes end up? Those people that only wear it one time. Where do those clothes end up?
Hopefully
do they go to Goodwill?
They donate them or give them to a family member that can maybe fit into them, something like that. I know that's kind of how it's gone, and in my life with excess gear and stuff at times, right? My father, the same thing. He'd got all his brothers. They'd be living down in Kentucky. He'd send things down there, and hey, I don't wear this anymore. I don't wear that anymore. I never wore this. Here's So I would guess that's where it goes. Something like that.
Far more importantly, he says there's nothing wrong with his knee. But if you listen carefully, there's something with the knee. The fact that he played in every game doesn't mean he's 100%. Tom Brady played all of 2020 with a fully torn MCL in his knee. So there may be some maintenance. There may be some concern. It may be something where it has to be managed. Regardless, he played at a high level. But from the standpoint of the Chiefs getting some massive trade offer and Sneed getting maybe more than he got, I'm in the process of getting the full details on the deal so we can see what it really is.
Looks like it's a Jalen Johnson-ish type of contract, right? Maybe not where it's a little bit more front-loaded like you talk about all the time, to where maybe he can get back at the table, right? The number that jumps out to me is the $55 million in guaranteed money. And again, I know we don't know that specifically yet, but that's the kind of thing where you go, well, in the first 2 years, that means he's going to make 22.5. He's worthy of being in that conversation, as we know. He's that island type of corner. He's one of the few people in football where you're willing to gamble a little bit, a handful of times every game and go, he can cover Tyreek Hill by himself, right? We don't need to double him or anything. That's pretty special, right? So I wasn't shocked to see, this type of contract with L'Jarius Sneed. He is phenomenal. I mean, again, he didn't let up a touchdown, plays all that man-to-man, didn't let up a touchdown pass against the whole year until the Buffalo game when Josh Allen made an incredible play, scrambling to the left. So we're talking about one of the elite corners in football and a complete football player. Does everything. Tackles, as you could see, creates plays like that, and then, of course, can cover people. I was a little surprised, too, Mike, like you, that maybe there wasn't a little bit better of a deal as far as for the Chiefs to get the trade done, right? But, yeah, they were content on getting something. I think the writing was on the wall there that they didn't really want him on the team and have to pay him. They couldn't have managed to do that. The contract itself and him wanting to be paid takes down the value of the trade. They got young guys coming up like we talked about in the past who I think they believe in. So that probably hurt it. But L'Jarius Sneed, no doubt, one of the best corners in football.
$44 million guaranteed at signing with another 11 injury guarantees.
Right.
So that's that $55 million. And this idea that he's the highest paid corner in football, I'm looking at the deal right now.
It's weird.
The average value on this contract.
Right.
Now listen, it's 19-1.
Yeah.
The notion that he's the highest paid player at his position in the NFL right now is, to quote Chris Simms, bullshit, bullshit, bullshit.
Exactly.
It's just not.
I didn't understand
21
that. Right.
is the record.
Jair Alexander,
19-1
right?
is not. He's seventh. He's seventh on the list of average value. Jair Alexander's top at 21.
Yeah. I'm looking at the list here. He's sixth because he's got Jalen Johnson beat by 100,000. But yeah, I was kind of surprised to hear that too. Like that was one of those when he went highest paid corner. I looked at the deal and I was like, wait, that's not the highest paid. I've looked at these things before. There's people making a better average salary here. So I don't know how that works or works out. And that, again, that's where I was a little surprised, like Jalen Johnson and L'Jarius Sneed. I thought they might get a little bit more than that. I'm not going to lie there. Again, they are in the class of Denzel Ward and Jair Alexander. They definitely are, right? I would right now, Marshawn Lattimore's in front of them. I'd go, they're better than Marshawn Lattimore right now. Marlon Humphrey, who's, been in the league for a long time. Yeah, I would take, those two guys over a lot of those guys we just talked about there. I was honestly surprised they didn't get a little bit more.
Now, you're right. It is front-loaded. It pays out. And cash flow is the key. First year cash flow, 25. Next year, 19. He gets the first $44 million the first 2 years. And then it's 16 and 16-4.
So
now, you go back to the table, or they say, hey, you signed a 4-year deal. You're in the lower end years of your contract. That's just the way it goes. Sometimes players get it. Sometimes they're just like, I want a new contract. I'm only making $16 million. It's like, well, no, you made 19-1. It just got front-loaded. When you get to year 3 and 4, it's harder to get the players sometimes to accept that, and that's just human nature. Okay, so that's L'Jarius Sneed's situation. Now a member of the Titans, traded from the Kansas City Chiefs. The Vikings did reportedly back off on Sneed due to concerns about that knee, and I had heard chatter along those lines. And I hate.
We both did. We heard chatter, right?
And it's one of those things where it is or it isn't. Like we're hearing there's concerns about the knee. It's not like you sign the guy without doing an examination of his body and review of any relevant data that's out there that would show whether or not there should be a concern. It isn't some vague rumor that can't be debunked. Any rumor about his health can be debunked by competent medical professionals, and the Titans are comfortable with L'Jarius Sneed. And this is one of those situations where some teams might be and some teams might not be. The Dolphins weren't comfortable with Drew Brees, for crying out loud. The doctor that Nick Saban blames, what did he say? The doctor who didn't know his ass from a bag of sand? I think that's what he said. Yeah, blaming it on him instead of blaming it on himself because he had full control over the team. He could have said, I don't care. We're taking this guy. I want this guy. Hi, it's Mike Florio. Thanks for watching PFT on YouTube. Hit subscribe for the latest news and analysis from Pro Football Talk.